In today's video, we're going to test the most expensive axes on the internet. I bought 6 axes here, and today we're going to test all of them to find out which one is the best of all. The first one is this elk ridge with a rope handle. Man, it's really comfortable. It has a pretty interesting grip here, and all your fingers fit perfectly. Besides that, it also has a system here like a wrench so you can tighten some types of screws. It also has a pretty interesting edge which we're going to test in today's video. It's also really light. This is the first one and it cost me 140 Rs. The second one is this MT 628. It also has this interesting grip here with the handle also made of cord, and it has a shape that's a bit more medieval, more of a Templar style. This one's cool, man. It also leans toward a tomahawk. It's also lightweight, seems to be quite sturdy, very rigid. We're gonna test it too, and it cost me 170 Rs. Stepping up a bit, we have this M-Tech as well. It has a slightly longer handle and also this cord wrapping, right? It has a slightly more modern style. It's a really sharp little blade. Also seems to be very powerful, man. This axe cost 250 Rs. We basically bought almost the entire M-Tech line. This is one more. And man, this one looks a lot more robust. It's already a bit more of a rustic axe. It has this rubberized grip here and it seems heavier than the others. It doesn't have that tomahawk style. This one is a more classic axe, right? This axe here was a bit more expensive. It cost me 300 Rs. Moving up the M-Tech line, this axe here already cost me 380 Rs, but it has a much more refined finish. It has a polymer handle that goes from here to here, and it also has this little cord for a better finish. It has a really cool, really nice style, man, and here it's like a little pickaxe so you can break something. And this front part is sharp. It cuts pretty much anything. We're gonna test this one too. I'm really looking forward to seeing the power of this thing. And we have this one as well, which isn't an M-Tech. It's a cold steel. It's a Viking axe, man. This thing is really big. It's going to be awesome for us to test these things, huh? Give it a big hit here. It seems to be really sturdy, tough, and it has this head here that's much heavier, much thicker, man. This axe is way more brutal. I picked out some objects for us to test all those axes, starting with a rope. It's gonna be a really cool test. We hit it here and see if the axe can cut the rope in half with as few strikes as possible. Next, we have a sugarcane here, which is already a much more rigid and resistant object, and it's going to be a bit more challenging for our axes. If they do really well with these two challenges, then we have a second phase, which would be a broomstick and also a water bottle. We can also test this here if they pass the first challenges easily. Let's begin with the cheapest axe, and our task is to cut this rope. It'll stay supported here with minimal strikes, so let's go. 3, 2, 1. Wow! With extreme ease, the axe cut the rope with just one strike, man, and made a really clean cut here. It completely kept its edge. It even made quite a mark here on the table. Look at this. The first test was passed easily. Now it's time for the sugarcane, and the axe's mission with the sugarcane will be to cut it in the middle of the segment. So right here, it will also have to cut with as few strikes as possible. 3, 2, 1. 3 strikes, huh? Man, I really like this little axe. Even though it's a small, light little axe, it has a great grip and an amazing edge. It cut both objects with extreme ease. For the sugarcane, it needed 3 strikes, even though the edge is really sharp, but I think that's mostly because of its weight since it's lighter. Now it's time for us to test the Templar Axe, my friends. Let's see how sharp its edge is, right? Starting here with the rope. 3, 2, 1. Ah, I missed. I admit my mistake and we'll try again. That one didn't count. Moving over a bit. 3, 2, 1. Oh, now that's it, huh, bro? It also cut with extreme ease. The first strike didn't hit dead center. I hit a bit on the side here, so that was my mistake. This one, it cut really well, just like the first one. The rope, I think this is going to be a pretty simple challenge for our axes. Its edge is still intact, everything in perfect condition, and now it's time for the sugarcane. Same deal. We're gonna have to cut right in the middle of the target. 3, 2, 1. Wow, it cut and it cut just like paper. The first strike I made almost cut all the way through, and the second one just finished it off. This little axe here is very light, but it's a bit bigger than the other one. We can get a bit more leverage and put a little more force into it. Its edge is incredible, flawless, man. I really liked it. Little axe approved. Next up is this handsome axe. To me, this one is the most beautiful because of its big green color, which I really like. It has a much longer handle and isn't designed for 2 hands, but it still fits. But the real reason for it being this bigger size is so you can throw it, and it also has weight at the bottom to help it spin like this until it hits a target. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this one is a tomahawk. We're not going to use it for throwing, but to hit right here. Let's see if it performs well too. Cutting the rope. 3, 2, 1. Look, once again, it's sliced with extreme perfection. Way too easy. The little ropes, so far, none of them have disappointed. That means the edges of the axes are really good. They're well aligned and very sharp. With this little axe, I think I even used less force than with the others. Since it's a bit heavier, just by levering it here, its own weight already makes the strike much stronger. Let's see now. On the sugarcane, 3, 2, 1. Wow, like I said, this thing is more aggressive, man. Its weight helps a lot, and this time it managed to cut the sugarcane in one slice. It didn't even need more than one hit. And take a look here, man. It made such a smooth cut, a clean cut. This one here is a bit rougher. It went through these first tests so easily that I think it deserves a test at a slightly higher level. So let's grab a broomstick. Let's see if it can do it now, because the difficulty of the broomstick is a bit higher. 3, 2, 1. Man, it was harder than the sugarcane, obviously, but it cut really easily, man. Look at the marks from the strikes we made here. This axe is really much more powerful. So far, it's the coolest, the most beautiful, and also the most powerful. Now let's move on to the lumberjack's axe. Man, this one is so heavy that I think just a little touch and it'll already cut this rope. 3, 2, 1. Wow, it almost broke the table too. Man, it cut the rope really easily, just a clean, quick strike. Now let's see how it does with the sugar cane. 3, 2, 1. Man, it's rough, dude. It's really rough. This one is even rougher than the other. It's heavier, man. Once again, it made a clean, smooth cut. I think this axe deserves one more test. So here you go. Wow, man, it tore up the handle, dude. Look at these pieces of broomstick handle, pieces of crushed wood. This wood just turned to dust. What is this? This axe, man, it's really intense. I'm even going to do one more test with this axe here because it deserves it, and it's going to be on a water bottle. 3, 2, 1. I swung so hard and it was so easy to cut, it felt just like paper. Look at this, man. It cut the bottle like a razor, man. Honestly, this axe here justifies its higher price compared to the others because it's really much better. It's practically a mini lumberjack's axe, right? But with the power of a giant axe, now it's time for the survival axe. That's actually its name. I was wondering why. Is it because of the green rope that reminds you of survival? Actually, no. I found a secret compartment inside it, right here at the end of the handle, where this paracord is, which can actually be used for a variety of purposes. You can untie it and build a shelter if you're lost in the woods, but besides that, it also has a compass, which is at the end of the handle, and it also has a secret compartment. Here, it holds a little tube. Man, it's a waterproof tube, and inside, man, look, there are some survival items. There's a fish hook so we can fish. There are also some matches so we can make a fire. And there's a striker here so we can light the matches, right? It also comes with a band-aid and a line. This line here, obviously for you to fish, right? And these little things guarantee your survival. That's why this here is a survival axe, besides its main function, right? Cool? But now let's test what matters most in the axe, right? Which is its blade. Starting with the rope. Look, once again, it cut through. Man, so far all of them have passed the rope test without a problem. They cut the rope like it was paper, but there's still the sugar cane. Let's see. One thing I noticed about this axe here is that it's a bit lighter. Because its handle is made of a different material, it ends up being a little lighter than the others. At least that's how I felt. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, what was that, man? It went through like paper. I thought it would be a bit harder, but what a powerful strike, man. It performed very similarly to this one. They have more or less very similar weights and even similar sizes. I think they're quite alike. The difference is that this one is an axe. The survivor's axe has a few more features. It's time for the big Viking axe, man. And since it's a much bigger, much heavier axe, we're gonna have a bit more difficulty with it. It starts with the rope, since I wrapped 3 layers of rope here, and our mission will be to cut all 3 in the middle. 3, 2, 1. It needed a bit more force, but it cut, man. The axe also has a very specific spot to be able to cut everything, right? So, if it hits, for example, this part here and this part is more over here, it won't be able to cut the rope completely. So, we needed a few more strikes. By the way, look at the state of the table. We almost broke the table too, man. Look at this now. So it's time for the sugarcane. 3, 2, 1. Wow, now the axe really lived up to its size. Once again, it sliced through the sugarcane with ease. This time, man, it was really intense. And I think that since this is a giant Viking axe, I think it deserves a few more tests, right? Water bottle. It cut aggressively, brutally. Look at this, man. It shredded the bottle and even threw it far away. Yeah, my friend, this big axe here is intense. Those were all the axe tests, but now the decision is up to you in the comments. Tell me, which of these axes did you like the most? Which one performed better? Leave it here in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We're together until the next one. Thanks, see you, and goodbye.